What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and we have finally done it. We have beaten Spider's Den, stage 15. Excuse me, and you can see here, finally busted through the progression wall that we've been stuck on for at least the last couple of weeks. So, man, it feels nice to finally get this done. We're going to talk about how we managed to do it here in just a minute. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and claim these gems. And like I was saying before, we have a lot of this stuff after we get this done pretty much cleared out already. We got our Great Hall level 9 done already. We'll be able to do this mission actually tonight since the Spirit Keep just opened. We have all of these ready to go for Ascension, so essentially that's going to allow us to basically clear all the way through. The most important thing I wanted to get this done was so that we could actually get the gold 4-1 finish before the arena starts to get back to how it used to be. So I think we're going to be able to do that because I believe before the reset we'll be able to go through all the keeps, hopefully. And, you know, if we have to, maybe we'll gem unlock them to get it finished if we get impatient. So, but we're trying to save our gems up for Clan Boss keys since we're going to need those for the Clan Boss challenge closer to the end of the mission. But let's talk about what actually happened, because it's kind of funny. I know Friday night we did Free to Play Friday. I was kind of down. I was really down on my luck with just continually failing no matter what champion combination we used on the Spider Dungeon. And you'll notice here in the login rewards, we actually did rotate over to our new login calendar. So we no longer have our chicken or our sacred shard. So hilarious thing was, we got a nice juicy sacred from Nightmare finally, which is nice. So I got a sacred shard, the last one on the login calendar. And I said, you know what, out of principle, we're just going to go ahead and rip it. We're gonna take it out and see what happens. And hilariously enough, we actually pulled Drexthar Bloodtwin, which was kind of like a meme in itself, because it's basically like, okay, Plarium knows we're like 2 weeks away almost from getting that champion, so they're going to go ahead and just give it to me in a sacred. So at first I was a little bummed out, and then I thought, oh, you know what, that's actually really good because he is an excellent tank for the Spider's Den. So you can see we actually fast-tracked him to level 60. I actually did feed a couple. I think I fed 2 of my 50s I had built already just because I was like, screw it, I'm so desperate. It was champs I wasn't using anyways. I think one of them was Satyr and the other was Shield Guard maybe. I was like, I'm not using them. They're uncommons. I can build them back up later. And I had the chicken and some other stuff built already, so I was like, screw it. You know, this guy might be the ticket. So built him up. And the whole premise on him is that when he gets attacked, it's basically this fiery blood passive. Anytime he gets attacked, it places an HP burn on the attacker. So you want the spiderlings to basically attack him. They put that HP burn on them, and then they're able to whittle down the big spider. So we put him in, and it wasn't quite working out. We weren't able to do enough damage in time. He was still dying. Everybody else was still dying. And the same problem kind of existed where it was basically, you know, if we brought turn meter control, then we didn't have enough damage to finish off the spider. If we brought damage, then we got destroyed by the little baby spiders. So I just couldn't figure it out. And I was like, you know, I had him in decent resistance. I think his resistance was around 180, but I was like, he's still getting poisoned to death. He's getting all these poison stacks on him, so he can't survive long enough. I tried building him for HP. I tried building him for defense. Nothing seemed to work. I was getting frustrated again. And thankfully, I went on to my Discord with the clan and was talking to HG60, which I'm sure you guys know of him. He's a very intelligent person when it comes to the raid community. He's helped out a lot of people, helps out a lot of the content creators. The guy is absolutely brilliant. And we got back to talking about something we had discussed a while back about the importance of resistance in this game. And I was kind of like, well, how much do I actually need to resist these spiderlings? Because, you know, even with 180-ish, I was still getting a bunch of stacks of poison. And so he was telling me you need like 250 to 280, I believe, was the number he gave me. And he said once you get that there, you'll be able to actually resist those poisons. And that's really all you need to be able to do with Drexthar, is just make sure he's not getting that poison damage, which kills him really quickly. So what we actually did, the resistance gear I do have on this account was not great because I do not farm the Ice Golem. And then I don't have a lot of untouchable gear from the Scarab that's any good either. So, because you can see how slow he actually is here at 156. So what I did was I just stuck him in the best resistance gear that I had. I was able to cobble together 2 sets of that to get him up to 215. I think these boots rolled with a pretty good. Yeah, we got almost 30. We got 33 resistance on the boots, and we also did have this weapon that had 3 roll on it there. So we were able to get him up to 245, and I was like, that's still not going to be enough. But then I remembered that I have Renegade, who I don't really use for anything yet. She's really not. She's in a shield set just for whenever I use her to reset people's abilities. I throw her in against the Scarab King sometimes and use her in some dungeons. But she has this aura here that gives you an extra 40 resist all allies in all battles. And so my whole thought was, we'll just put her in. She's got the shield set, so she can survive for a couple turns. She'll give us a little bit more survivability at the beginning. And she's going to put his resistance with that 40. That'll actually take his resistance all the way up to... I can't do math right now because it's late. So that puts him at 285. So I was like, he should be well above what he needs. And that was basically the key. So once we did that, he was able to resist the poisons. And we actually beat it the first time I tried that strategy. And I was just like, oh my god, we did it. We did it one time. And then, of course, immediately after, it failed 2 or 3 times in a row. And I was like, okay, typical raid. I finally get somewhere, and then it's going to roadblock me again. But what I found is it's about a 65-70% win rate on the composition we were running, which is basically Renegade in the lead slot. She dies pretty much immediately. That's all she's there to do, is provide that resistance aura. And then we had Reliquary Tender in there to do a little bit of cleanse, a heal, and to res Drexthar, because he actually will die probably once in the successful run. She'll bring him back, and then he'll survive long enough to finish off after the spider does the heal for the first time. We had Aox in there. Just to extend some of those debuffs, also provide some turn meter control and some other cool stuff there. And then we had Armiger in there just to control the big spider, so we could keep that heal away and get those HP burns going. But man, it took me a couple hours, but thankfully with clan versus clan going on right here, we have been getting through most of the rewards. So we actually were able to get a bunch of energy today. Got some shards, got some clan boss keys, epic book. I don't know if we're gonna make the last milestone. It's kind of tough. 3.6 million is pretty tough. We're getting close. I still got some stuff to do on my main account up here, and hopefully can pound out a little bit more. Maybe we can get up there, but not quite sure if we're gonna make it. But still, you know, on this account, free to play, it's great to be able to get the stuff from clan versus clan. So we've been able to get a bunch of energy. You can see we claimed all that energy before. To get to 883, we're going to go run the Spirit Keep now and try to get that next Arbiter mission finished. And then the one thing I did also manage to do is we grabbed Magnar from the Fusion. And really, he was the only epic I was interested in. We may go for the Dwarf still, I'm not sure. But what happened was, after I pulled Drexthar, I had some of the rares already finished. And I said, well, you know what? If we got Drexthar with the HP burn, maybe we ought to just go ahead and try to get Magnar, because this guy, you know, he looks like he'd be a champion with HP burn, but unfortunately he only spreads it and does things when it's already out. So he's got a decreased defense if the HP burns up. He places an extra hit on enemies that don't have it, but he might place a stun on enemies under HP burn. So that's kind of actually good for the spider, because if Drexthar has the HP burn on the spiderlings and he stuns them, then they're basically not going to take a turn, but then they're still going to get the HP burn effect, which is pretty cool. He's got debuff spread as well, so he can actually spread that HP burn and increase the duration of it. So I think he's going to work really well in tandem with Drexthar, especially since he's Spirit. So I'll be able to kind of use them together against the Force and the Spirit Spider going forward. So we're going to build him up. He's an HP-based champion. We haven't done anything with him so far. We just pulled him. We've just been leveling him, trying to get some points for clan versus clan. And we're going to pair those two together, and we're going to see what happens going down the road. We'll see how far we're able to progress, because the next big hurdle, I think, is once we get through all this stuff. Like I said, really, once we get through Gold 4, that's all I'm really concerned about, because everything else then just becomes kind of a time sink. Stage 17, Ice Golem and Dragon are fine. We're done with both of those. 17 Fire Knight I think will be okay. I haven't tried it yet, but I think we're going to be okay there. And it's going to be Spider again. Spider 17 and then Spider 20 are going to be our tough ones. But like I said, once we get through that Gold 4 mission, I think we're good to go. It's just going to be a matter of patience and getting through the rest of these and getting to our Arbiter finally after all this time. So that's really all I wanted to address on this video, guys. Just finally go over. I don't want to spoil too much since we're going to have Free-to-Play Friday coming up tomorrow. So I just wanted to go over the fact that we were able to finally progress that Arbiter mission and actually get through stage 15 of Spider. And we can move on now and get the rest of these missions done. It's pretty exciting. Pretty cool stuff going on. So anyways, guys, as always, if you have any questions about anything in the video, feel free to let me know down below in the comments, and I will get you an answer as soon as I can. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.